Well. Hello. Hello. Football drink. They could not connect to me. I'm here now. Class. Okay, class. Let us look at hydrocarbon compounds. Hydrocarbon compounds. Hydrocarbon compounds. Let's look at hydrocarbon compounds. Hydrocarbon compound. Please, I want everybody to listen attentively. And if you have a question to ask, drop your question in the comment section. Please drop your question in the comment section. Let us start. What is hydrocarbon compound? What is hydrocarbon compound? Let us write. What is hydrocarbon compound? This is a compound that contains only hydrogen and carbon. Take note. This is a compound that contains only hydrogen and carbon. That is the meaning of hydrocarbon compound. Hydrocarbon compound contains only hydrogen and carbon. Any compound that contains only hydrogen and carbon is known as hydrocarbon compound. It's known as hydrocarbon compound. And let us look at hydrocarbon compounds. Look at this tree. Look at this tree. Look at this tree. Hydrocarbon compound. Hydrocarbon compounds can be divided into two. We have aliphatic hydrocarbon compound. We have aliphatic hydrocarbon compound. We have aromatic hydrocarbon compound. Take note of that. We have aliphatic hydrocarbon compound. We have aromatic hydrocarbon compound. Let me quickly explain the two. Hydrocarbon compound, I said it can be divided into two. We have the aliphatic, we have the word aromatic. We have aliphatic hydrocarbon, we have aromatic hydrocarbon. Take note. What is aliphatic? Hydrocarbon compound are hydrocarbon compound that exists in long chain. Hydrocarbon compound that exists in long chain. Hydrocarbon compound that exists what? In what? Long chain. Hydrocarbon compound that exists in long chain. Please raise your hand up if you know that you what? What? Okay, please. I was told to increase my handwriting so that you people can see it properly. Which I will do. Okay, thank you. Thank you. The technical crew told me that. Thank you, sir. Okay, I said aliphatic hydrocarbon. Aliphatic hydrocarbon is an hydrocarbon compound that exists in what? Long chain. Any hydrocarbon compound in long chain is what? It's an hydrocarbon that exists in circular structure. Circular structure, and they have sweet smell. They exist in what? Circular structure, in a ring form. Circular structure in a ring form, and they have sweet smell. That is aromatic hydrocarbon. Then this aliphatic can be divided into two. We have acyclic and we have cyclic. Take note. We have acyclic hydrocarbon and we have cyclic hydrocarbon. We have acyclic hydrocarbon, cyclic hydrocarbon. They are example of what? Aliphatic hydrocarbon. Then under acyclic, we have alkane. Take note of these two. We have alkene. We have alkyne. Take note of them. Alkane, alkene, alkyne. They are examples of hydrocarbon compound. Take note of that. They are examples of what? Hydrocarbon compound. Then under cyclic, we have example. We have cycloalkane. We have cycloalkane. Take note. Cycloalkane is an example of cyclic hydrocarbon compound. Then under aromatic, example of aromatic, we have benzene, we have toluene. We have toluene, which are example of what? Aromatic hydrocarbon compound. Please take note of that because we still have many things to do. Please take note of that. Please take note of that. And don't forget, this is live streaming and this is how we are going to be doing it. Please, this is how we are going to be doing it on physics, chemistry, math, biology, and English. Neotisa want to give you the best. We want to produce the best in this upcoming word, JAMB. Please take note of that. Take note, quickly write this. Hydrocarbon compound are compounds that contain hydrogen and what? Carbon. Hydrocarbon compound are compounds that contain what? Hydrogen and carbon. Hydrocarbon. Then this hydrocarbon compound can be divided into two. Aliphatic hydrocarbon and aromatic hydrocarbon. Aliphatic hydrocarbon can be divided into acyclic and what? Cyclic. Acyclic and what? Cyclic. I told you that aliphatic, they occur in long chain hydrocarbon. That is aliphatic. Aromatic in ring form, circular form, circular structure, and they have sweet smell. Then under aliphatic we have acyclic and cyclic. Under acyclic we have alkane, we have alkyne. Take note of that. Then under cycling, we have example which is for cycloalkane. Take note of that. Then under aromatic hydrocarbon, example we have benzene, toluene, phenol, we have them like that. Take note of that. Quickly write them down so that we can continue. Please. Hope that you've written this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's move. A good source of hydrocarbon is a crude oil. Please, I want you to know that. A good source, write it down. A good source of hydrocarbon compound. A good source of hydrocarbon compound is crude oil. Crude oil. Crude oil. A good source of hydrocarbon compound is for crude oil. Another name for crude oil is for petroleum. Petroleum. Take note of that. That's another name for crude oil. Petroleum. Take note. Take note of this. Nigerian petroleum is what? Free of sulfur. Please take note. Nigerian petroleum is what? Free of sulfur. Because that question came out in JAMB. Nigerian petroleum is what? Free of sulfur. That's why it's very pure. Our petrol in this petroleum in this country is what? Free of sulfur. Does not contain sulfur. Nigerian crude oil, Nigerian petroleum does not contain what? Sulfur. Take note of that. Take note of that. A good source of what? Hydrocarbon compound is what? Crude oil. Then, don't forget, we have fractions of crude oil. We have fractions of crude oil. Fractions of crude oil. And those fractions of crude oil can be obtained by fractional distillation. Fractional distillation. Distillation. Please take note of that. The fractions of crude oil can be obtained by what? Fractional distillation. That means there are some what? Products. Other word, constituent. Don't forget, crude oil is a mixture and it's a good source of hydrocarbon. It's a mixture that contains so many constituents. For you to get those constituents, the crude oil must undergo fractional distillation. That means we use fractional distillation to separate what? Crude oil, so that we can get those constituents in crude oil. We use fractional distillation to separate what? Crude oil, so that we can get other what? Constituents in crude oil. Take note. That means crude oil must undergo fractional distillation to get the fractions, the constituents in it. And take note of this. This fractional distillation works based on boiling point. Take note of that. Fractional distillation works based on boiling point. Boiling point. Take note of that. Fractional distillation works based on what? Boiling point. Please write it down. Fractional distillation works based on boiling point. Water is like. Fractional distillation works based on what? Boiling point. Take note. Then, what are the fractions in crude oil? You have to know the fraction in crude oil and you have to know their uses. And I said fractional distillation works based on boiling point. Meaning that the fraction, the constituent that has the lowest boiling point will be obtained first. Take note of that. The fraction or constituent that has the lowest boiling point will be obtained what? First. Please, it seems someone is asking question. Someone is asking question. Okay, someone said I'm too fast. Please, I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for that. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Someone says I'm too fast. Okay, I will slow it down. Okay, let me continue now. Okay, another question is coming, please, because we need to attend to everybody. Okay, someone says, what is fractional distillation? What is fractional distillation? Fractional distillation is a separating technique. Write it down. Fractional distillation is a separating technique that is used to separate mixture. Fractional distillation is a separating technique that is used to separate what? Mixture. Fractional distillation is a separating technique that is used to separate mixture, such as what? Petroleum, which is crude oil. It's a separating technique that we use to separate what? Mixture. We use to separate the constituent of a mixture, such as what? Crude oil is a mixture. If they ask you, is there your past question? Which of the following mixture can be separated by fractional distillation? The answer is crude oil or petroleum. Take note of that. Okay. I said fractional distillation. What base is working on what? Based on boiling point. Fractional distillation is working based on what? Boiling point. And before I go further, please, if you want to learn anything about what, hope you can see everything. If you want to learn everything about programming, please, you can contact us or visit www.neotisa.com or contact us on this number 08031 what? 318 49347 or 08080408579. Please, you can contact any one of these numbers. Please take note of that. Take note of, you can see software development, cyber security, UI/UX, data analysis. Physical and online classes is on, and our website is www.neotisa.com. And you can also see from the back. Please, you can also see from the back. Please, let's move on. I will write it down. Okay, I said fractional distillation work based on boiling point. For you to get the products or the fractions or constituents in crude oil, we use fractional distillation. And the one that has the lowest boiling point will be the first one to be obtained. Fractions with lowest boiling point will be obtained first. What are the fractions or constituents in crude oil? Then first of all, write it down. The constituent in crude oil, you can write it down. Constituents in crude oil. The constituent, the fraction that when you separate crude oil, those things will be obtained. The first one is petroleum gas. Petroleum gas. The next one is petrol. We are all familiar with this, petrol. The next one is kerosene. Kerosene. The next one is diesel. 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 The next one is lubricating oil. Lubricating oil. While the next one is what? Bitumen. Bitumen. Please write it down. Bitumen. Bitumen. Please write it down. We have diesel. We have petroleum gas, petrol, kerosene, diesel, lubricating oil, and bitumen. Those are the constituents you will see inside petroleum. I told you another name for petroleum is for crude oil. Please, you can get it. Then I will give you their boiling point. In JAMB, they will ask for their boiling point. They will have for the number of carbon each of them have, and they will have asked for their uses. They will ask for their boiling point. They will ask for the number of carbon each of them have, and they will ask for their what? Uses. I will give you that now. I will give you that. Please, I will give you that. So that we can move. Don't worry with us. Please tell your friend and let your friend tell his or her friend and let them be telling each other about noticer. Please take note of that. Okay, from here, what do we have? These are the what? Are the fractions in what? Crude oil. These are the fractions in what? Crude oil. The fractions in crude oil. Let me rewrite. Fractions in crude oil. Fractions in crude oil. Number of carbon. There are number of carbons. There are boiling point. And there are uses. The first one, I said petroleum gas. The number of carbon is between carbon 1 to 4 carbon. That means from 1 carbon to 4 carbon. That is petroleum gas. And the boiling point is below 40 degrees C. That means petroleum gas has the lowest boiling point. That is why it's the first one to be obtained. Petroleum gas has the lowest boiling point. That is why it's the first one to be obtained. I told you fractional distillation is used to separate crude oil. And fractional distillation works based on boiling point. And the one that has the lowest boiling point will be obtained first. Petroleum gas has the lowest boiling point, which is below what? 40 degrees C. And it is used in industries. To make chemicals. It is used in industry to make chemicals. Take note of that. Next one, we have petrol. The carbon of this is between 4 carbon to 12 carbon. Petrol is between 4 carbon to 12 carbon. 4 carbon to 12 carbon. 4 carbon to 12 carbon. And the temperature is between 40 degrees C to 200 degrees C. 40 degrees C to 200 degrees C. Petrol is between 4 carbon to 12 carbon. And the temperature is between 40 to 200 degrees C. Take note of that. Petrol can be used as a fuel in motor cars, in vehicles. It can be used as fuel. Take note of that. Next one. We have kerosene. The carbon is between carbon 12 to carbon 18. And the temperature is between 200 degrees C to 250 degrees C. Write it down. The carbon is between 200 degrees C to 250 degrees C. Please write it down. Listen, take note of that. Please write it down. Before we continue. Please, thank you for saying that. Please, that you like our class. Please, it's the work of the team behind us. I'm not the only one. The team are working tirelessly so that we can give you the best. Please, so that new teacher can give you the best. Please, but tell your friend, to tell your friend, to tell your friend, to tell your friend. We need as many students as possible. Please take note of that. Then kerosene. What are the uses? It is used as fuel. Take note of this. Kerosene is used as fuel in jet engine. Take note. Kerosene is used as fuel in what? Jet engine. It is used as eating. It is used for eating. Take note of that. It is used for eating. It is used as fuel in jet engine, and it is also used for eating. Take note of that. Please take note of that. Please take note of that. Let me open it. Love. Take note of that. Before we go to another one, please take note of that. I'm sorry. Take note of that. Okay. The next one is what? Diesel. Take note of this diesel. The next one is diesel, because I don't want to be fast, because someone said I'm too fast. Take note of diesel. Diesel has a carbon range of C12 towards C25. Take note. It starts with what? Kerosene. They have the same carbon range as the starting point, but kerosene stops at 18, diesel stops at 25. And diesel is what? Denser than kerosene. You know that. It's heavier. Diesel is heavier than kerosene. As you are coming down, their density increases. And what makes their density increases? The number of carbon. As number of carbon increases, their density what? Increases. Take note. As the number of carbon increases, their density what? Increases. And their boiling point will also what? Increase. Take note. That's one thing about hydrocarbon compound. As the number of carbons of hydrocarbon compound increases, their boiling point increases. Their density also what? Increases. Please slide that point. Write it down. Everybody write it down. As the number of carbons of hydrocarbon compound increases, what happens? Their density what? Increases. Their boiling point also what? Increases. That means, look at diesel and kerosene. Which one has higher number of carbon? Diesel. That means diesel is more denser than what? Kerosene. That means more heavier than kerosene. That it will have more boiling point than kerosene. The boiling point of diesel is between 350 degrees C or 250 degrees C to 350 degrees C. Take note of that. From 250 to 350 degrees C. And diesel, this question is here. It came out last year, JAMB. It came out 2024. It came out 3 years ago in JAMB. Diesel, it is used as raw material. Raw material in cracking. It can be used as raw material in cracking. I will still explain the meaning of cracking. That's what we are going to next. Diesel is used as a raw material in what? Cracking. Another thing, it can be used for eating. Another thing, it can be used in diesel engine. Diesel what? Engine. It can be used in diesel engine. Take note of that. Write it down. Take note of that. Write it down. We are creating the best. We want to create the best. We want to create the best. Take note of that. We want to create the best. 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 Please write it down so that we can go to the next one. So that we can go to the next one. So that we go to the next one. The next one. The next product of crude oil is lubricating oil. Lubricating oil. Lubricating oil. This one, carbon above 20. The carbon is above 20. Their number of carbon is above what? 20. The number of carbon is above 20. And the boiling point is between 350 degrees C to 500 degrees C. 350 degrees C to 500 degrees C. Number of carbon above 20. Above 20. The number of carbon is above 20. It's greater than this one. It starts from 20 and above. 20 and above. Lubricating oil. Lubricating oil. Let me say 20 to 25. No, 20 to C20 to C35. Let me put it like that. C20 to C35. C20 to C35. Then, what are the uses of lubricating oil? It can be used in making what? Air cream. Take note, air cream. It can be used in making of what? Candle wax. It can be used in making of what? Candle wax. It can be used in making of what? Skin cream, Vaseline. Skin cream, like Vaseline. It can be used as what? Lubricator in what? Engine to reduce what? Friction. Take note. Write it down. Write that one down. It can also, okay, first of all, write this. Let me give you time because someone said I'm too fast. Lubricating oil, carbon between 20 to 35. Temperature, boiling point, 350 degrees C to 500 degrees C. It can be used in production of air cream, candle wax, skin cream, and it can be used as a lubricator to reduce friction in engine. Write it down. It can be used as a lubricator to reduce what? Friction in what? In engine. Of that. Take note of that. Take note of that. Let me write the last one. Let me rub this one. Oh, let me rub this one off. The last fraction. The last fraction, which is bitumen. Bitumen. The number of carbon is above C35. Temperature, boiling point, above 500 degrees C. Above 500 degrees C. Above 500 degrees C. Boiling point above 500 degrees C. Let me tell you something about bitumen. Please take note of this. Bitumen is the only fraction of crude oil that exists as solid. Is there no past question? Bitumen is the only fraction of crude oil that exists as what, or that is obtained as what? Solid. It has the highest boiling point. It has the highest density. I told you, as the number of carbon increases, their density increases, their boiling point increases. It is the only one that can be obtained as what? Solid. Bitumen is the only one that can be obtained as what? Solid. And another name for it, bitumen, is then your past question. It's known as asphalt. Asphalt. Another name for bitumen is called what? Asphalt. Write it down. Another name for bitumen is called asphalt. Another name for bitumen is what? Asphalt. Take note of that. It's then your first question. We are going to give you everything you have in your past question on each topic we treat. That is new teaser. Where you meet the best. Where you meet the best. Where you meet the best. Please, if you want to learn anything about what? Tech. Please, because we are software engineer, we are building our web app ourselves. We are not taking it to anybody. We are the one building it. And we are good teacher also. Physics, chemistry, math. And we are the one building our web app ourselves. You can go to www.neotisa.com. You see the web app there. Let me write it properly for you. It's there. You can see it. You can see it, but let me still write it. www.neotisa.com. If you want to learn JavaScript, front end and back end, full stack. If you want to learn Python, fast API, machine learning, come to us. We are going to teach you. We are the one doing it ourselves. Please. And we are going to teach you physics, chemistry, math to make the world simple for you. We want to build the best. We want to build best students. Please take note of that. Okay, I said bitumen is the only one that can be obtained as what? Solid. Is the only one that can be obtained as what? Solid. Another name for it is asphalt. And what are the uses of bitumen? It is used in construction of what? Roads. Write it down. It is used in construction of roads. It is used in construction of road. It is used in construction of road. It is used in construction of road. Please, let's move. Bitumen is used in construction of road. Let's move. Let's move. Let's move. Don't forget, I told you diesel is used, what? How many minutes? 21 minutes. To make it 1 hour. Yeah, see how the technical you told me that I have 20 more minutes. Okay, let's move. Let's move. Let's move. Class, you have to know the meaning of cracking. And you have to know the meaning of reforming. Catalytic reforming. Catalytic. Lytic reforming. Catalytic reforming. Is there your past question? Very important. Cracking and catalytic reforming. What is a cracking? Before we go, cracking is a type of pyrolysis. There's a question in your JAMB. They say another name for cracking. In the option pyrolysis. That's the answer. Because cracking is a type of pyrolysis. Cracking is a type of pyrolysis. That means I can say another name for cracking is what? Pyrolysis. Write that. Another name for is what? Pyrolysis. Pyrolysis. That means cracking is a type of pyrolysis. That means another name for cracking is what? Pyrolysis. What is a cracking? Crack. That is when something crack, it will be split. Abi? When you split something, cracking. Crack. Splitting. Splitting. And what are we splitting? Hydrocarbon compounds. That is what we are splitting. Hydrocarbon compounds. That means what is now cracking? Are we set? Cracking. 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 Right. Cracking. This is the breaking. This is the breaking of large hydrocarbon compounds. The breaking of large hydrocarbon compounds. The breaking of large hydrocarbon compound. Breaking of large hydrocarbon compound. into smaller hydrocarbon compound. The breaking of large hydrocarbon compound into what? Simpler hydrocarbon compound. Simpler means smaller. The breaking of large hydrocarbon compound into simpler hydrocarbon compound. The breaking of large hydrocarbon compound into simpler hydrocarbon compound. Either by heat or catalyst. Either by heat or catalyst. Either by heat or catalyst. If it is done by heat, it is called thermal cracking. Thermal cracking. If it is done by catalyst, it's called catalytic cracking. Catalytic cracking. The breaking down of large hydrocarbon compounds into smaller, simpler hydrocarbon compounds, either by heat or catalyst. Take note, that is cracking. And don't forget, another name for cracking is what? Pyrolysis. Do you know another question they will ask you on cracking? Hey, very important. Is there in your past question? Is there in your past question? In cracking, what are the products that we give? What are the products that is formed in cracking? The products are alkane, which is single bond, and alkene, double bond. Take note, double bond. Take note. Take note of this. Take note. The product that we give you during cracking are what? Alkane, single bond, and alkene, double bond. Alkene is double bond. That are the product that we give you. During cracking, they will ask which of the product will be formed during bonding. The answer are alkane, which is single bond, and alkene, which is what? Double bond. Let me write it out. Let me give you an example of chemical reaction for that. When you have this, when you have C10H22, this is large hydrocarbon compound. It's been broken down to C5H12 plus C5H10. Can you see? Crack. This is what? Alkane, which is what? Pentane. Pentane. This is what? Pentene. Pentene. Look at the number of carbon. 5 plus 5, 10. Hydrogen, 12 plus 10, 22. Take note of that. Take note of that. Take note of that. That means when there is cracking of hydrocarbon compound, the compound that will be formed are alkane and what? Alkene. Alkane, A-N-E, single bond, and alkene, E-N-E, double bond. Those are the products. Cracking, breaking down of large hydrocarbon compound into smaller hydrocarbon compound. And do you know that they will ask you, is there in your past question, what is the importance of cracking in petroleum industry? Is there in your past question? What is the importance of cracking in petroleum industry? Write it down. Importance of cracking in petroleum industry. Importance of cracking in petroleum industry. What is the importance? Is there in your past question? Anything they are there, anything we say, they are there in your past question, and they will be repeated. Importance of cracking in petroleum industry. Write it down. Importance of cracking in petroleum industry. Are you ready? The importance of cracking in petroleum industry. The importance of cracking in petroleum industry. The importance of cracking in petroleum industry is to increase the availability of what? Petroleum fraction. Write it down. Is to increase the availability of petroleum what? Fraction. To increase the availability of what? Petroleum fraction. That is important. It has economical advantage. It has what? Economical advantage. Cracking is to increase the availability of petroleum what? Fraction. If there's shortage of what? Of crude oil, of petrol, for example. If there's shortage of petrol and you have more diesel, don't forget, diesel is less volatile. Diesel is less volatile. Diesel is less volatile. Diesel is less volatile. Petrol is more volatile than diesel. Petrol is more volatile than diesel. If you have more diesel and people need more petrol than diesel, what we do? Make this diesel undergo cracking. When you crack diesel, you have more petrol. That means it increases the availability of the useful petroleum fraction. It increases availability of petrol. Well, petrol is very useful. It increases the availability of petrol. That's one of the advantages of cracking. And don't forget, cracking is what? Pyrolysis. It's a type of pyrolysis. The important, it increases the availability of what? Of petrol. It increases the availability of petrol. Let's go to reform now. Catalytic reforming. Catalytic reforming. Catalytic reforming. Catalytic reforming. Catalytic reforming. Catalytic reforming. Take note, the first thing. Catalytic reforming is isomerization process. Write it down. Isomerization process. Take note of that. The reaction is there in your past question. Catalytic reforming is what? Isomerization what? Process. Catalytic reforming is an isomerization process. I will explain that. It's an isomerization process. Isomerization process. It's an isomerization process. They will ask you, who should follow is an isomerization process? Catalytic reforming. And what is catalytic reforming? What is catalytic reforming? This is the rearrangement, right now. This is the rearrangement. This is the rearrangement. The rearrangement of carbon atoms in straight chain hydrocarbon to form branch, aromatic hydrocarbon. This is the rearrangement of carbon atom in straight chain hydrocarbon to form branched and what? Aromatic hydrocarbon. Aromatic hydrocarbon. That is what? Catalytic reforming. That is catalytic reforming. The rearrangement. Another person will say, another definition of catalytic reforming is to increase the performance of petrol. That's another definition. Is to increase the performance of what? Petrol. Catalytic reforming is to increase the performance of what? Petrol. Write it down. If you want to increase the performance, the effectiveness, the octane rating, if you want to increase, or let me note, catalytic reforming, catalytic, I'm sorry for the marker, catalytic reforming, catalytic reforming is to increase the performance or increase the low octane number of petrol to increase the performance or increase the low octane number of what? Petrol. To increase the performance or increase what? The low octane number of petrol. That means the importance of what? Reforming is to increase the performance of petrol. The importance, as well, importance of cracking is to increase availability of petrol. The importance of catalytic reforming is to increase the performance of what? Petrol, to change from low octane rating to high octane rating. As well, cracking to increase the availability of petrol. Reforming is to increase the performance of petrol, to change from low octane number to high octane number. Take note of that. 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 Please don't forget. Just let us stop here for today. We shall continue, because before I move to alkane, alkyne hybridization, I need to talk about octane number itself. I need to talk about the hydrocarbon that has the highest octane number, which is 224 trimethyl pentane. Then which agent can be used for anti-knocking? Tetraethyl lead. We can use methanol for anti-knocking, and we shall talk about hybridization. Then we shall now move toward alkane, alkene, alkyne. Preparation, their properties, their uses. Please take note of that. And don't forget, tell your friend to tell your friend. We need like 1 million students on this platform. We are serious, 1 million science students. And if you want to learn anything about programming, software development, UI/UX design, data analysis, please don't forget to contact us. We'll give you the best, where you need the best. At this moment, let us call it a day and rename myself JAMB. May God bless you. Are you sure you want to stop? Yeah, you want to stop. You don't know why.